hearty pranams to one and all. Some feelings kept arising within my heart, and that I would like to share with you today. Earlier, we had started a topic on transcendence. Last few talks that you may have heard from me, it's all about transcendence. Transcendence meaning going beyond something. Often we use the words like body transcendence, mind transcendence, ego transcendence. Dhyana is actually all about going beyond the mind. What is beyond the mind? There is buddhi, intellect. And what is beyond intellect? Ego. What is beyond ego that we transcend is consciousness. When we meditate, we transcend all this and go into something which we call nothingness, state of zero. But is it really a zero? No. Where I do not manifest and identify myself with the absence of all sorts of identification is that ultimate state. Problems do arise because we identify ourselves vehemently with so much of arrogance, with so much of hatred at times against people of different belief system, different religion, different communities, different nationalities. This identification is ruinous. Such identification created with vehemence, arrogance, ignorance, shrinks our field, and that field is always magnetic in nature. It is always pulling something from above. If you are selfish, your pull is always inward. Your vibrations gravitate towards your heart, towards your mind, how to fulfill your selfish purpose. That makes your consciousness denser, grosser, and complex. And that does not permit the divine grace to descend in our heart. Think over our lifestyle, our thought patterns, our intentions. In which directions are they moving? A lot of abhyasis, they come and say, oh, please, sir, meet so and so, so and so, so and so. He can be of a great benefit to us. This mindset is very bad and absolutely wrong. We are here to serve, not to take benefit of someone. In their generosity, if they share something with us, it is good. We don't demand. Our attitude should always be of giving, giving, and giving. Even in friendship, many people say, oh, let's meet this person, let's meet that person, let's create contacts, let's create our network to grab, 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 and grab. For contra, if you cultivate the heart where you would like to only give, give, and give, it need not be just money, it need not be just material thing. It can be so many things. Think of giving time to your child. Think of giving time to your parents, your spouse. World can change just by shifting this attitude from taking to giving. Only then we will be able to transcend not just the communities that we are chained with, whether that chain is of iron or that chain is made up of gold, it is still a chain. We have to loosen that chain of gold first, and then the chain of the iron will automatically get cut off. This dissolution of chains reflects in moksha, in freedom. Freedom also does not mean the liberty to do all kinds of wrong things. Freedom is only meant for one thing only: evolution, personal growth, to do the right thing. And that's what righteousness and dharma comes into picture. Sanatana dharma, eternal, fulfilling the individual as well as cosmic duties. It has nothing to do with worshipping this god or that god. Anyway, our topic is on transcendence. When we transcend all these bindings, our possessions of things in nature, my house, my cars, people I am related to, my position in society, my profession, my religious bent of mind, my nationality, your own education. These are all binding forces that doesn't let you escape into sky of superconsciousness. Later on, the subtle levels of bindings are there, related to thinking, related to your intellect, related to your consciousness. That also had to be de-chained. It has to be also freed from. And then finally, we go beyond the self-identification. Babuji Maharaj questions that just as children are busy with toys, youth busy with romance, yogis are also busy playing with toys of consciousness. Doesn't matter what sort of toys you play with, you are still playing. Yogis play with consciousness. Babuji says transcend these two. Find out, experience what is beyond consciousness. And our whole effort with heartfulness to understand this very concept. Let's move beyond curiosity. Mere curiosity will not help. Suppose you become curious about, is there God? This question should translate into, suppose if there is God. Suppose. What you going to do about it? What is your next step? Are you going to take a next step? My spouse is there. Suppose before marriage, somewhere your spouse is there, but you don't know who that person is. And your parents or dating games or various sites where you are engaged with bring forward that person in front of you and say, okay, now I identify my potential spouse. But the work begins in finding potential spouse, and then you marry, and then you move on in life. Similar is the case, understanding the reality. What will you do with this? What will you do with God, for example? Suppose you understand that, yeah, or you realize, what will you do? Do you have any plans? How long can you stay with God? Suppose Hanumanji descends, Shankar Bhagavan descends, and or Ma Durga or Saraswati descends into your home. How long will you keep them? How long will you tolerate them? 1 month, 2 months, 1 year, 2 years, बाद में क्या बोलोगे आप? हनुमान जी आ गए, आते ही नहीं है अभी, कुछ करने भी नहीं देते. He is always interfering with what I am doing. I wanted to go for a movie, Hanuman ji just बैठे and is not saying anything. So do you really want to have a relation with Hanuman ji or Bhagavan Shankar, or for that matter, Kali Ma, sitting on a tiger enters your house with bleeding tongue in the middle of night? Think over what you are hankering after. Is it really serious, sincere, authentic search, or is just mere curiosity? I just want you to think over what you're up to. That's all my purpose is. And Sahaj Marg meditation can help us transcend all the things we are chained with. Later on, we will realize that my chaining with God is also a bondage. But I leave it to you for experiencing it and how the great master can help us transcend even that.